monde et bienvenue sur la Maison Française d'Aradhya, a little French home where your love for this language begins. So today we are starting something really exciting, something that is going to unlock hundreds of French verbs for you in one single video. Today we are learning verbs. Now, in French, verbs are grouped into families, and the family, it is the biggest family of all. The most common verbs you will ever use: eating, speaking, listening, living, loving. Almost all of them are verbs. So once you master this, and you will master this today, you will be able to conjugate so many verbs on your own. No memorizing every single verb separately. So grab your notebook, grab your pen, or commands. Let's begin. Okay, so first thing first, what exactly is an verb? So in French, every verb in its base form called the infinitive has an ending. And verbs are simply verbs whose infinitive ends in Let's take some example. Parler, to speak. Aimer, to like. Écouter, to listen. Danser, to dance. Now we will have adorer, to adore. Manger, to eat. So if you will notice that all of these verbs are ending with er. So all of them are in their original form, known as infinitive form. All of them ends with er, meaning they all belong to verb family. So now when we actually use a verb in a sentence, for example, I speak, she likes, we love, we have to change it based on who is doing the action. So let's see the step number 1. Step number 1 says you have the original form of the verb. For example, parler. Okay, what we do is we cut the er from the end. We cut the er from the end. Now that when we cut the er, we are left with parle. P-A-R-L. This is known as radical form of the verb. So this is known as infinitive form of the verb where we cut the er. Then we are left with P-A-R-L. This is known as radical form of the verb. And to this radical, we are going to add the endings according to the sujet. So it would be E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. We have parler in its original form known as the infinitive form of the verb. We cut the er, we are left with the radical which is PARL. Now what I did is I took this radical and wrote it with each and every sujet. So I'll write par, PARL. Okay, now the last step. So we are done with the first step. We are done with the second step. Now the third step says that we have to add the endings. So the ending is E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. And voila, this is known as a conjugated form of the verb. So now you know 3 forms of the verb as well. Infinitive form of the verb, radical form of the verb when we cut the er, conjugated form of the verb when we add these endings to the radical. When we add these endings to the radical, we get a conjugated form of the verb. So let me write the meaning of the verb. I speak. Je parle. I speak. Tu parles. You speak. Il parle ou elle parle. He or she speaks. Nous parlons. We speak. Vous parlez. You speak. Il parle. Elle parle. They speak. So you just have to learn these 3 steps, that you take the original form of the verb, you cut the ER at the end, then you have PARL known as the radical, and to this radical then we have to add the endings E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. And these endings are not random, they relate to respective sujet. E is for je, ES is for tu, E is for il and elle, ONS is for nous, EZ is for vous, and ENT is for il and elle again. Also, while pronouncing, they all sound the same except the nous and vous. So, je parle, tu parles, elle parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, elle parle. Beautiful, right? So you just have to learn these 3 steps and you will be able to conjugate each and every ER verb. So it's practice time now. You can pause the video and try it for yourself and then continue with me. Okay? So the first sentence we have here is je dash français. Then we have been given a verb, parler, which is ending with ER, meaning that it belongs to ER family. So we will cut this ER and we are left with PARL. Okay, this is the radical form of the verb and we have to now add the endings. So the endings are E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. Right? Now for je, the endings are supposed to be E. So my answer becomes je parle français. I speak French. Parler means to speak. Je parle français. I speak French. Next one. Now the second sentence. Tu dash la musique. We have been given écouter verb, which means to listen. So tu, now we have to cut this ER and we are left with ECOUT. And what we have to do is we have to add the endings. With tu, the endings are supposed to be ES. So it becomes tu écoutes la musique. Tu écoutes la musique. You listen the music. Okay. Next one. Il dash le chocolat. And then we have been given verb aimer, which means to like. He likes the chocolate. So il, now we have aimer verb, we'll cut the ER and we are left with the radical form, that is AIM. And with il, the endings are supposed to be correct, E. So il aime le chocolat. Next one, fourth one. Elle dash les devoirs. Les devoirs means homework. So she hates the homework. Now we have the tester verb. We'll cut the ER. We are left with DESTST. This is the radical form. And with L, you know the ending. It should be E. So elle déteste les devoirs. Okay, the fifth sentence now. Nous dash à Delhi. And we have been given habiter verb, which means to live. So we live in Delhi. So now, if we cut the ER, we are left with HABIT. This is the radical form of the verb. And with nous, the endings are ONS. So nous habitons à Delhi. Sixth one, vous regardez. Okay, we have been given regarder verb. So we'll cut ER. This is a radical. A film. Regarder means to watch. We watch a film. And with vous, the endings are supposed to be EZ. Correct. So, vous regardez un film. Vous regardez un film. Okay, next one now. Il au football. Now we have been given verb jouer, which means to play. So we cut the ER, we are left with JOU, and then we will be adding the endings. With il, we have ENT. So il joue au football. They play with football. Next one, elle dash beaucoup. Elle dash beaucoup. Travailler. Travailler means to work. They work a lot. Okay. Now, travailler without er, we have this as a radical, and with l, the endings are supposed to be ent. So we add the ending, and voila, here is our sentence. Elle travaille beaucoup. They work a lot. And that's it. You have mastered the ER verbs. Let me know in the comments how many you got right. And that's it for today, everyone. You just learned how to conjugate ER verbs in French, the biggest and the most important verb family. So, quick recap before you go. Step number one, you take the original form of the verb and you remove ER to get the radical form. Step number two is you write the radical with each and every sujet. Step number three, add the right endings E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. And remember, E and ENT at the end are always silent. If this video helped you, please give it a big thumbs up. It truly means the world to this channel. Got a doubt or any question, you can drop it in the comments. I will respond to it very soon. And if you haven't subscribed yet, come on, hit that subscribe button and join our French family at La Maison Française de Aradhya. À bientôt tout le monde and see you in the next video. Au revoir.